I'm gonna tell you everything you need to know about the iOS 11.2.5. Let's get started. What's going on, guys? This is Apple Facts channel here, and welcome to the review of the iOS 11.2.5 on the iPad. As you probably know, or the people that are watching this channel know, that this here is the iPad mini 4 that I use for the reviews of the iOS 11 or the brand new version of iOS that has been released for the iPads. And today we're also going to be going through the things that you need to know about it, about the new features, storage, and everything like that. So if this is your first time on the channel, definitely start by pressing the big subscribe button that is underneath the video, because I try to cover every single new iOS update as well as some additional stuff for your iPhone, iPad, and also Apple Watch, so make sure you won't miss anything. Now let's hop inside the settings here in order to take a look at the update. So as you can see, it is right here. It has already been downloaded, so all we have to do now is click on the install now button, and as you can see, it is the iOS 11.2.5. And the last version that was actually the previous one was the iOS 11.2.2. So kind of unusual from Apple that they skipped some of the numbers. I mean, going from the iOS 11.2.2 all the way to the iOS 11.2.5 is rather strange. But anyways, this is how they decided to do it. We already knew about it before when they dropped the first beta of the 11.2.5. So this is how we knew that it's gonna happen. But anyways, I just cannot see how big the update was before I downloaded it, so I have to go to the photos in order to take a look at a screenshot. So as you can see, this is the screenshot, and it was about 160 megabytes, so it is definitely not a big update. So as you can see, it is the support for the HomePod, and it introduces the ability for Siri to read the news, and it is only dedicated for the people living in the United Kingdom, US, and Australia. That is mainly because of the English language, but there are also some countries where English is the most spoken language, and those are not included here as well. So as I talk about it, let's click on the install now button. So the installation is going on in the background, and the update isn't very big, so we cannot expect many new features, but there is at least something that should be reason why you should go ahead and update. But I will come back when the installation process will be finished. So here we are finally, after quite some time, it took really long for the update to actually install, but as you can see, the iOS 11.2.5 has been installed, or the iPad has been updated to that version. So let's get inside the iPad, and as you can see, we have to type in the passcode, and here is the freshly updated device. And as you can see, or as I already mentioned, there won't be any big new features. But there is one thing that you should probably update because of, and that is the ability for the iPad to actually connect to the HomePod and actually make it work, If you aren't planning on buying the Apple HomePod, then you will definitely need to be running the iOS 11.2.5. We'll probably have no other option. And now let's get to the part that many people just want to see, and that is the storage before and after updating. So let's head over to the photos where, as you can see, I have it already set up. I didn't go for the iOS 11.2.1, I didn't even go for the 11.2.2, I skipped those two versions for some reason, but anyways, I'm having here the 11.2 before I update it. And the capacity is 16 gigabytes, of course, and the available is 1.4 gigabytes. And let's take a look at after update, and I don't seem to have good news for you guys. As you can see, it looks like I have lost about 400 megabytes. I mean, it is definitely not a good sign. Considering that this iPad is only 16 gigabytes, then 400 megabytes is quite a lot. And I did nothing, guys, I just updated to the latest version. If you remember, I made a video about the iPad and the way how you can get more storage. If you want to check it out, then definitely take a look at the description and you will find it there. It is a really cool method and it works without deleting any stuff. So it is basically a trick that still works in the iOS 11. Hopefully it will work in this version as well. And as you can see, this is the HomePod that Apple is supposed to release really soon, and from now on it is going to be able to work with iOS devices that run the 11.2.5. So that is the main reason why you should go ahead and update. And besides that, as I already mentioned, Siri will now be able to actually read out the news, but only if you live within the countries that I already mentioned, but other way it won't work. Okay, Siri thought I'm talking to her, but anyways, if you're gonna tell Siri that read out the news will be read out to you, but it is only available in the US, UK, and Australia. Back in the description of the update provided by Apple in the settings, you can see that it also contains number of bug fixes and improvements, and also some security things that are actually improved. So let's hop inside the Safari right here, and this is the page of the iOS 11.2.5. So there have been a couple of security flaws that Apple fixed in this update, so I think it would be a good idea to update just because of those. But on the other hand, you are actually losing tons of storage. So it's up to you what is important to you. And also, not talking about the HomePod availability right now, because now you can connect your iPad with your HomePod. So it is a really great feature. Of course, the HomePod is not available just yet, but it will be, and there will be many people buying this device. And many people that will buy this HomePod will also have iPads. So that is the reason why I think it is important to go ahead and update to the iOS 11.2.5 right on the iPad. In terms of the speed, I mean, probably you want to know what is the performance like or what's the battery like. I mean, to be honest, I just cannot tell you right away because I have just updated to that version. I mean, there will be people out there saying or telling you that it is faster right away. I can see that the performance is actually a lot better now and the battery is better, but you know what, it's not possible to see it right away. I mean, it takes time for you to actually find out that it works better or not. I mean, it's not something you can see right away. But anyways, this is the end of this video, guys. I just really hope you enjoyed it. I tried to cover all the things that were important for you if you own an iPad. And if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like to let me know. And also take a look in the description for other videos. Also subscribe if you don't want to miss any new videos. And have a nice day and see you in the next one. Peace out.